How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. TraderPrad. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Oh shit, sorry chat, I'm messaging my mom here. She is coming back to Canada. Hold up, let's change screens here. What's going on? There we go. The commands are going through. Let's change screens. Yeah, she's coming back home. Mom's coming back home, so she was asking me if I wanted the cologne from the duty store that I always buy anytime I go through the airport. Duty-free stores. Usually I buy the Chanel Blue because it's much cheaper in the duty-free stores than they are actually buying in the stores over here yourself. So my mom was just kind of asking me, and I was like, you know what, Ma, don't worry about it. It's a little expensive. It's like, you know, $100 or something. Don't worry about it. Just get over here safe and we'll see what happens. But my mom is being persistent about how she wants to buy it. You know, she's being a mother. She's being a mother. But I'm happy that Mom's gonna be home very soon, and very soon we're gonna have to have some real talk soon, me and my mother, about my possible future, and you guys will hear about that eventually. So we'll see what happens. Isn't that the red shirt you were wearing yesterday? Most likely. But how does that matter? It doesn't matter at all, right? Because we didn't have to leave our home at all, baby. We didn't have to leave the home at all. And also, we basically wore this shirt only for the stream. Right after the stream yesterday, I took it right off, and I was butt naked, sitting at home enjoying charting in the hot ass room that I got over here. This room gets really hot, man. Oh my god, it's so hot right now that I got the fan going behind me, but the fan's not doing its job. I'm burning up. I guess now it's doing its job because, you know, I'm facing it directly, but the fan's not doing its job. I need to crank the fan higher, and if I crank the fan higher, you guys are gonna hate the sound that it's gonna make. So yeah, this is something that I have to deal with. It's kind of hot here today. It's humid. It's not necessarily hot, but it's humid. Maybe also because I just walked my dog. All right. Anyways, enough conversations about my personal life and whatnot. How about what happened today on the market? The market flushed quite a bit, right? QQQ had a big down day on the market. S&P 500. How's your hand after being burned? It's fine. It's still it's becoming like one of those scars now. Like it's scarred up for sure. But I just hope it doesn't boil. I guess it's too late for it to boil at this point. So it won't boil, but it's much better. I don't really feel the pain from it as much. That's better. But thank you for asking, John. John remembers. See, John asking questions about my health instead about making fun of what I'm wearing. Okay? TH worried about the wrong things over here. This is why I call you a hate watcher, TH. Right? This is why you're a hate watcher. Okay? There you go. Bitch, do some push-ups. Fuck you, buddy. I got burnt. Okay? I was cooking food and I got burnt and it hurt quite a bit. Suck my dick, angry Buddha. All right. So let's talk about the market. How did the market trade? Obviously, market sold off quite a bit. Pinduoduo, as you can see in the title of the stream, sold off 28% to the downside. Big downside move overall. And, you know, we are struggling over here across the board on some of these Chinese stocks today. I think Baba took a nosedive. JD took a nosedive. Overall, today I found a new ETF, or two new ETFs, Yin and Yang. I don't know if you guys knew those ETFs at all, but Yin and Yang ETFs, I'm interested to take a look at those. But yeah, overall, today's watch list is basically a repetition of yesterday's watch list. No new stocks added to it besides the stock that's reporting earnings today after hours. So we'll walk through the, we'll show you the earnings board. I'll show you the watch list. And then we'll kind of prepare for all things tomorrow, basically, as we always do. But before we do that, let's say hello to the hate watchers in the chat, such as TH. My question about health too, it's about your mental health. No, you're making fun of me, and you're a hate watcher. You just proved your own comment from my statement much earlier in the day. Hate watcher. Yin Yang new album coming out soon. What the fuck? That's racist. The Yin Yang twins? Are you talking about the Yin Yang twins? Are they actually dropping a new album? That'd be hilarious if they're dropping a new album. No way they're dropping a new album, are they? Yin Yang twins. Haven't heard this name in a long time. But there is actually an ETF named Yang, which is leverage bearish ETF, China, and then Ying, which is a leverage, or Yin, sorry, Yin. Was it Yin? FTSE China 3 times. Yin, there you go, Yin and Yang. YINN and YANG, the two tickers that are possibly good to track, especially with the way Chinese stocks are moving at the moment. Yin and Yang, kind of on the play on words of yin yang, you know, everything positive and then everything negative, encompassing each other and becoming one whole unit. So yin yang, I like it. I like it. Didn't know these tickers existed. Shout out to your boy Money Mitch over at Trade the Pool who put this one on the watch for me. I was pretty surprised seeing these tickers today. All right, Victoria's in the chat. What's up, Victoria? How you doing? Hopefully you had a pretty good day. I had a decent day myself. I was streaming over at stonks.com in the morning, and we were having a wonderful day talking about Palantir, talking about ASTS, talking about Pinduoduo, most of the stocks that I traded. In fact, I could also show you guys the stocks that I traded today, I guess. If you are interested to see those, let me know. I would more than happily show you my trades. But here is the earnings calendar for tomorrow slash tonight. Nothing really of interest. I guess you could kind of keep an eye on the Canadian banks here. Bank of Montreal, Scotiabank, BNS reporting pre-market. Tomorrow after hours, we actually have some stocks that I'll be interested in, so make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock to talk about Sentinel One, talk about JWN. Basically, those are the only two stocks. Maybe PVH and Box will obviously take a look at those and see how they report. And then the next day, Wednesday pre-market, we got ANF, Chewy's, Lee Auto, KSS, Foot Locker, Bath and Body Works, another Canadian bank, Royal Bank of Canada, JM Smuckers, your jelly company, peanut butter jelly. I love peanut butter jelly. I don't know about you guys. So peanut butter jelly, Smuckers Jam over here coming in with a report. And then obviously Wednesday after hours, Nvidia, CrowdStrike, Salesforce, Affirm. Big day on Wednesday. And if I remember correctly, on economic calendar, Wednesday and Thursday, or was it Thursday that's more important than the Wednesday? Either way, economic calendar starts to get a little bit hotter going into these few days. So the market, which has already been making a little bit of a move currently, we'll expect the market to continue making a move and give us opportunities. Talking about opportunities, here are some of the trades that I took advantage of today, starting with Palantir. I think Palantir was in my notes. We talked about Palantir last night on stream. If Palantir shows you weakness around 3160, look to get short, and right around 3160 every time we pop up. We just failed to stay above 3160, so I'm able to push the short and look for that short opportunity all the way to the downside on Palantir. And then later on in the day, I just kept looking to be short for a possible move into low a day, maybe even past low a day. But sadly, Palantir bounced from this double bottom, and then from that double bottom, we just made a higher low again. So I just started to get out of my position completely. My top trade of the day, my best trade of the day, Palantir. How could I have traded it better? I think this position right here could have been cut much earlier, and I didn't actually have to open myself to the litigation. Well, not really litigation, but the risk that I opened myself to by holding this full position from these two lots over here all the way back to VWAP, and then adding to that position. Not that I would have, lost a lot or even turned the stock to red. It's just opening up unnecessary risk. I could have covered this position much earlier, and then I could have got back into the trade the way I did anyways, at which point, I'm banking some more profits, and I'm also getting in with a much tighter risk with way more size if I do like the trade for a bigger move down. Over here, I'm actually keystroke into some profits. I guess that's a good thing, right? Keystroking into profits is a good thing. I was trying to throw a take profit order into lower day into 3080, which technically would not have come into play until this point over here, and then I would have just had to manage my shares at the end of the day. But since I do keystroke into some position, I add some extra size on the way over here. I mess up my average, and then now I'm having to use somewhat of a makeshift stop over here instead of sticking to the proper stop over there. Had I gotten stopped out on a move above 3105, and the stock goes to VWAP, or the stock goes to 3120 and then returns back from there all the way back into low a day for a bigger move down low a day, I would have been pretty upset at myself for taking this stop into this area or taking the stop into this area. Thankfully, the stock never really pushed into that area, so I'm happy that I didn't have to make those decisions. But however, I got too greedy, expecting Palantir to make a big flush to the downside later on in the day, expecting Palantir to take out the low a day and keep on going towards the $30 area. And afterwards, eventually not seeing what I want to see from the stock, I started to really get out of my position aggressively, and you can see how my last few shares exit were pretty much where my last few shares were entering. So I almost got out at flat on those positions, and I pretty much won on every other share that I got into on Palantir. Overall, pretty good exit for me. Did you get bottom tick on that out on this one? I mean, you can say bottom tick, but it's not nearly bottom tick. If you zoom into that, you can see how there's a little bit of a candle tail at the bottom. You can say bottom wick, but I mean, I don't really aim for that. There was a time where I used to aim for the bottom wick for the top wick, just so I could be one of those fancy, oh, look at what I did on Twitter type of trader. But those things don't matter anymore, honestly. You know, I don't even care about the following. Like, I'm over here streaming every day. I'm trying to give out, you know, some alpha that I myself have. And if people find that advantages, they'll follow themselves. If they don't, then, you know, nothing that I can do over there. But overall, you know, I try to help people. I try to help, but aiming for that top tick and the bottom tick is just not a goal of mine. But yeah, I do get it sometimes. I do get lucky sometimes, right? So nice little exit over there on Palantir today. For example, here's a top tick on Meta for the short, right? Technically have the top tick over Meta on the short over there. Sadly, Meta doesn't give me my full size. I only get 5 shares out of my full size that I want on Meta. I'm way too stingy. I could have just crossed over 10 cents and just took that shit size that I wanted to, and that would have been a big payday on Meta. But hey, whatever. We got 5 shares. We managed it. Later on, we give some money back on Meta over here, but we make that money right back later on. I almost top tick over here too, technically, right? I'm not chasing for it, but it just happens. When you just be patient for the right levels, you sometimes get lucky. So Meta almost taking that fill again, and like I did previously, and I was able to hold it for almost a double bottom. But then it triple bottomed into 520, so I said maybe the stock is really done. We had the wiggle in this area twice, 3 times. We had the wiggle in this area 2 times, and now buyers are technically moving up their orders higher. So maybe no more room really left on this position. So I took the profits, but there was a little bit more room. You can see how it triple bottomed again, and we just kind of back and forth traded over here on Meta overall. Tesla, I don't even want to talk about this. This one was a little bit of a sad position. Let's talk about ASTS first. ASTS taking the short, looking for the move below 32, 32 breaking, able to scalp on the way down, and then trying to see if I can turn it to a bigger trade. Did not manage to turn it to a bigger trade because I ignored the variables such as higher lows, higher highs. Eventually noticed that, hey, the stock is not showing you what you want to see. Step away from it, took that loss and walked away. And when I took the loss, I basically gave back only the profits that I made on the stock. I was actually only up by 30 cents on this position. So didn't even lose on it at the end of the day, even after losing on it. So that was a good thing. One thing that I could have done better is you can notice how that 32 area ends up becoming a pretty good dip buy opportunity later on. So we get a pullback into VWAP where the stock gives you an opportunity to look long. Once again, later on in the day gives you an opportunity to look long. ASTS, if you look on the daily, is now looking like it's going to go through 39 in the next few days, or at least push into 39 and then give you some trouble around 39 to make a decision off of. So keeping an eye on this stock. Let's see what happens. Pinduoduo, last but not least, didn't really read the report. I just noticed that the stock got absolutely pummeled to the downside. So once it got pummeled, I was being patient, being extra patient. Usually I'll just try to, like, you know, go long every even dollar. And that was the old me. But the new me was being extra patient over here, watching the stock kind of push down. Tape reading the bottom, trying to tape read the catch for the falling knife. Obviously, the right thing to do is never catch the falling knife, but sometimes I try to get fancy. I feel like my skill set's getting a little bit better. So if my skill set's getting better, I want to try getting lucky, right? I want to try getting lucky, because if I do get lucky over here, for a company who's growing 86%, year to year, and getting absolutely pummeled this way, it's gotta find a decent bounce opportunity to look long, right? So I tried to look long because VWAP's still what, $10 from here to the upside. If I get long, and even if I get a bounce into the 9 EMA, which is around 109, or VWAP, which is around 112, or where we opened around, which is 110. So me going long 105, risking around $1 into 104, and maybe getting lucky for a Swiss sick bounce into 104, 109, sorry, 110, 112 with the capitulation candle right off the open. That would have been an insane catch long, and I've seen these longs pay out that way when a stock is kind of oversold based on their earnings report. I'm not saying that it was, but when it looks like that way, like over here, right? Pretty much the same setup, but just down over here. If you had kept watching the stock at 96, you would have caught the move from 96 all the way into the Bollinger Band high move over here overall. Almost, I would expect that to be the 21 EMA, and then we reject off the 21 EMA, making a double bottom again. So Pinduoduo making some good levels. You could have potentially flipped short here, flipped short here if you wanted to, but I just didn't read the report. I didn't feel like, you know, the stock had a big move in it. It was already down 10-15% on the day. I didn't think it would have a bigger move than that. I was expecting $100 to have some size on the bid and for the stock to bounce off of the 100 area. But that also was short-lived. The 100 looked very shaky. So I just kind of stayed away from the long over there too. But I guess I should have been able to be ready to go short over there. I mean, because look at the 100 breaking. 100 breaks with some volume. We are already SSR, and even though we're SSR, the stock is able to absolutely get pummeled. For those of you who don't know what SSR means, that's short sale restriction. The stock is on short sale restriction. Only people who are longs can basically close their positions. A new short cannot open their position unless the stock ticks higher, and then they get filled on that uptick. So a new short can only open a position if they are trying to get filled on the uptick of that chart. So clearly get pummeled over here. The 100 breaking significant even dollar level, maybe investors selling off positions, retailers selling off their positions, big volume coming into that bottom, and then boom, breaks that 100, selling it to 97, 95, 96, whatever that level is. So clearly very much in play today. Looking to see how this stock sets up tomorrow. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is basically all my trades. I only lost on one ticker in value, and that was Pinduoduo, winning on all other tickers. Have myself a pretty decent start to the week. Let's see if we can carry that momentum, carry that trajectory, keeps that momentum going for the rest of the week over here. That Tesla chart spells out bitch. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Let's go check it out. It's fine. It's fine. Elvis, what's up, Elvis? How you doing, brother? How are you doing? That shoulder was kind of strong. Fuck fundamentals. I'm buying TSLT. Okay, I'm guessing TSLT is the 3 times leveraged Tesla, because I forget the 3 times leveraged stocks. Yeah, 2 times leveraged Tesla. 2 times leveraged Tesla. I think it's Bowl 30. It's Bowl o'clock. I just smashed the egg salad Sammy for dinner. Ooh, egg. Yeah, I'm not a fan of egg over there at all. Egg salad. Not a fan of egg. But I do like chicken. I do like chicken. Do like chicken. It's not necessarily the smell. I guess the smell does have a little bit of factor, but if you cook egg well, it doesn't really have that smell, right? Like, it doesn't have that bad of a smell. Like, I don't hate egg. For example, if you scrambled egg and it's not runny, it's not like liquidy, I'm okay with it. I love French toast, for example. I love French toast. If you make French toast with the milk and egg, I love a good French toast. Scrambled eggs, I'm fine with it as long as I can have some like sausages along with it and some ketchup. I need some ketchup with some scrambled eggs. I cannot have sunny side up. Like anything runny, I can't have that. Like that just messes with my mind. Boiled eggs, I can't have boiled eggs because I feel tortured from my childhood about boiled eggs. You know, my mom used to take me to skating along with my brother, and I just have this memory of eating boiled eggs early in the morning. I hated waking up in the morning to begin with, and then having to eat that smelly thing with black pepper every single morning just kind of added to that hatred a little bit more. So I just don't have the love for boiled eggs at all. Anytime I even see boiled eggs, I just kind of walk away from it. A good omelet. A good omelet I could fuck with. I could fuck with a good omelet. Like you put some mushrooms, green onions, you know, a good proper good omelet. You make a good omelet, I could fuck with that. But you just don't make it runny. You should not, like that omelet should not be liquidy. I do want to try it, however, omu rice, right? Have you guys seen omu rice before? I do want to try omu rice. That looks pretty cool. I could fuck with the omu rice for sure. Omu rice looks good. But once again, that runny texture. But I guess it makes sense for rice, right? Because it cracks over rice and it gives you that little saucy flavor into that rice that you could mix it with, and you know, it just becomes a little bit of a what do you call it? Not curry type, but almost like a, you know, there's dry dishes and then there's wet dishes. Wet kind of indicating that you mix it, the gravy. There you go, the gravy. Kind of mix the gravy. So omu rice, I feel like, you know, it's something I could try and maybe I would like it. But that's the only thing that I would possibly try when it comes to runny egg. Everything else, when it's runny egg, I just can't do it anymore. I'm done with it. I'm so done with it. Maybe not a cloud. Might as well make an omelet. I mean, this is not an omelet though. It's completely different. Have you seen the way they cook it? It's pretty fancy. It's pretty fancy. I don't know if you've seen the way they cook it. Omu rice is pretty fancy. Soft scrambled eggs, Gordon Ramsay style. That should impress my girl that actually cooks. That was my max rep though. Yeah, you see, I'm actually level 99 chef. Okay, I'm actually level 99 chef. Okay, maybe not level 99, but I'm level 79. 10 above 69. So I'm actually level 79 chef in multiple games. Multiple games. So, in IRL too. IRL too. I'm not a bad chef at all. You guys haven't seen me cook. I'm not a bad chef at all. I've made shawarma before. Boy, oh boy, was that marination amazing, and boy, oh boy, was that shawarma good. I'm actually decent at cooking. I used to work in multiple restaurants before, to the point where I've realized that I no longer can work at restaurants because of all the burn marks I used to come home with. Oh my goodness, absolute burn marks from oils everywhere. Eventually moved to being a grill cook and all that fun stuff. All right, is that your pickup line? Buddy, I don't even try pickup lines. They just fall head over heels for me, and I just kind of walk away. I'm so uninterested in females at the moment. No, maybe I shouldn't say that. That just makes me look hella gay. I'm just disinterested in relationships at the moment, because the only thing I'm married to is the market. I'm trying to be level 99 trader, all right? And this is I cannot focus on being a level 99 trader if I do have a relationship. That's for a fact. I cannot focus on being a level 99 trader. So I'm focusing 99 trader first, and then I'll focus on relationship later. I got priorities first. Peace, broski. True, bro. Insult confirmed. Insult confirmed. I'm a level 100 cook in Final Fantasy 6. What number is that? That's 10, 14. Final Fantasy 14. Gotcha. X is a 10 and then I and a V. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14. On 2 characters. Then on a 3rd character is a 90 right now. Yeah, well, that's only 1 game. I'm multiple games. Okay, I'm multiple games. Multiple games. Oh, Final Fantasy 14. I said that. 14. Yeah. Didn't I say 14? The fuck? Why you corrected me for? Alright. I'm level 99 cook RuneScape. If I had a daughter who was of legal age, I'll let you marry her. And I tell you to not wear a condom. I've actually not played RuneScape at all. How funny is that? I never got into RuneScape. I felt like RuneScape was too boring of a game to play. What the fuck? You haven't seen that meme? Oh, come on. You haven't seen that meme? Where is that? Come on, I can't find it. Anyways, there's a meme that's on Instagram Reels. It basically says there's like a dad and a kid who are talking to each other, right? There's a dad and a kid talking to each other, and he says, I heard you play RuneScape, and the kid goes, yeah, I'm actually a level 99 cook, and the dad goes, don't pull out tonight, basically indicating that he's very proud of that kid and he wants him to make more kids with his daughter. I like that meme quite a bit. He's a level 99 cook. Don't pull out tonight. Okay, anyways, let's continue to where we need to go to 8:30, and we basically talked about our trades on the day. So why don't we start with looking at where some of the stocks moved around to today and see how can we take advantage of said stock. Starting with Pinduoduo. I'm gonna quickly have to go in over here and throw in the earnings anchor VWAP. Bang. Okay, and now go back to the 1-year chart. Delete that because I don't need that anymore. I don't want to. Okay. Today's low 95.86, 96. Now, if you actually look at the report for Pinduoduo, it wasn't that bad. They are growing by 86% year to year. But obviously the market didn't like what they had to say in that report. They also had a lawsuit coming against them for what is it called? Stealing products for IP, intellectual property. Ripping off higher tier products and selling them for lower prices, basically stealing products from Shein and selling it for lower, whereas Shein themselves steals products from Levi Strauss and H&M and sells it for lower. So one Chinese company who rips off big American brands and worldwide brands is getting ripped off by Temu and is complaining that Temu is doing what they did better. And then there was just a complete absolute fight overall on Pinduoduo and Shein. So it was just an absolute shit show when I was reading the whole report. So Pinduoduo got absolutely pummeled, 103 million shares incoming and taking the stock below $100. Surprisingly enough, we closed exactly at $100 on Pinduoduo. That's crazy. closing exactly at $100 all day later on. We kind of did nothing on this position, and the way we kept trading around $100, I expect the earnings anchored VWAP to get pulled into that $100 area, and for us to most likely have to make a decision between 96 to 100, either a 100 pop to the north side to 110, or 100 short for a move down to 96, or should I say 95.80, and then either a move past 95.80 to the downside even more, or a hold of 95.80 where we kind of double bottom off of, and then that move from there to 100, and then a move from 100 to 110 later on in the next week or so, or maybe even this week. So looking to see how Pinduoduo sets up. So far we have amazing levels setting up. If you just zoom out on the daily chart, we got that 95.80 to 96, 95.80 to 96 as our support area. First resistance expecting right around $100. Above 100 we have that 108 or 109, actually 109 to 110 as our next target area where resistance can come into on Pinduoduo if we actually start holding above 100. The stock does have an ATR of $7.80. However, today we brought in a 39.87, let's just say $40 move today incoming on Pinduoduo from yesterday's close till today's close. Monster opportunities for those of you who are looking for it, and I think a day two is very much in view. It's just, you know, will it be a pop, or will it be a continuation, or will it just be holding off into today's low and giving you a bounce off of today's low right back into $100? So I have a couple trade ideas planned in my head already. I'm looking to see how the stock, what variables the stock gives me to take advantage on. What happened to DKNG and SNOW? Did DKNG do something today? I didn't really do too much. There's no real volume increase on DKNG. There's no trade, honestly, on this position at the moment. But Snow did have a pretty good reversal today. Shout out to Snow. I was watching Snow as it climbed back to $120. Snow had a pretty good reversal. Not bad on snow.com. All right, a stock that actually reported today after hours. Let's go see how this one moved. No volume in the after hours at all. That's lame. That's boring. Trip.com reporting after hours. I think it pushed into like right here 43.60, 43.50 or so. Not really anything to get excited about. However, the stock trades around 3 million shares on average 30 days, which is not bad. I guess if we do hold above 43.50, 43.60, the stock, who has an ATR of $1.32, could potentially move up to the north side, but I am not really getting that excited about the stock. Looks like the report wasn't even that much of a beat. They were estimating 71 cents per share. They almost reported $1 per share. The revenue came in a little bit lower than expected. The stock made a pop up in the after hours, but with very low volume. So unless the stock actually brings in volume tomorrow and has a higher R-vol, I use tools like Trade Ideas. If you're interested, the link is down below in the description. Go check out that link. I use tools like Trade Ideas to find out the R-vols on stocks to allow me to either make a decision if I need to keep the stock on watch right off the open, or if I need to keep the stock on watch for later on in the day or something. So TCOM might be something that's possibly a watch later on in the day if it actually opens up higher. How does the stock react on the pullback, and does it actually find supports on the pullbacks? Baba. Angry Buddha lost 4 points. Get wrecked, kid. He did double it to 58 points, though. Boom. 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 Get wrecked, kids. Let me show you how to do it. Let me show you how to do it. Teach me how to Dougie. 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 Let me show you kids how to do it. Come on, kids. Let me show you kids how to do it. Fight me. That's right. Level 99 cooking. Streamer RNG. Yeah, right. Streamer loot, streamer loot, streamer loot. That's actually so hilarious. It worked when I'm streaming, but usually when I'm doing it off stream, I just get absolutely railed on those type of opportunities. Okay, Baba pushed back down over here after making a big gap up, a gap down, right back to the downside with the overall weakness in the Chinese sector, I guess, because of obviously Pinduoduo. So Baba pushing back lower. This takes Baba right back into previous ranges. So and you can see how choppy these ranges are on Baba. It's you know, very choppy. So I'm not really that keen on making a decision on Baba as I am on Pinduoduo. Baba will possibly just be ignored all day tomorrow, I'll be honest with you. Kava continuing to make that extension. I thought Kava would potentially break down today, but no, Kava continuing to go to the upside. We managed to break above Friday's high and closed around Friday's high. So as long as Kava keeps on bringing in volume, right? Today we brought in 3 million shares, which is actually a lot more volume than I would have possibly expected to bring it. At the market was red and Kava is up 3.1%. So clearly lots of craziness still happening on this position. The top might not be in yet, but if we start taking out some of these important levels such as the today's low, and looks like we actually got under today's low going into the after hours over here. Look at that, looky. So we are under the earnings anchored VWAP, and we're under today's low around $122, which was a pretty important price. I think in my watch list yesterday I put in $122, did I not? 120. So the fact that we even got below 120 over here, which is that low right there, taking out that 120 top. Yeah, so that 120 top where the stock got extended off of, taking below that 120 and now getting around 117. This is basically looking like short the pops on Kava. Kava might be getting ready for an opportunity. Kava actually sold off pretty late. Too late for the unusual options party in Kava? Maybe not. Kava is maintained at neutral by JP Morgan 9 hours ago. Kava Group maintained at hold by Loop Capital. And these are basically people bringing in telling people to hold their position so they can dump it on them. That's always my opinion when articles like that come out. Hey, hold, don't sell so we can sell on you. So a couple opportunities over here for exits or for shorts. Let's see how we set up for tomorrow. Any pops into today's low around $122. It's basically a pocket now. You got a pocket from 122 to around even 126 technically, where the stock can find rejection from. Although I don't expect we should pop all the way up to the north side above there. I expect 120 to 122 to find resistance, but however, if the stock does go back above 122, don't be surprised if it goes all the way up to 126. You know, it could possibly go back there, so I'll be very careful. I'll let the selling show up first. I'll also be watching these earnings anchored VWAP very closely because the stock has been above the earnings anchored VWAP ever since it came out, and now we're getting ready to trade under it. So any pops into 121, like I said, 120 to 122, that's going to be the range. Today's VWAP is right around 125.50. So technically, if the stock wanted to bounce and go test today's VWAP, it would have to make a move all the way up to $125, $126. So watch out for that. However, this day's VWAP, Friday's VWAP comes in right around, where does Friday's VWAP come in? We don't even have Friday's VWAP put in. Whatever. Friday's VWAP should come in right around here. And that's around $122. That's around $122. Bang. Bang. I can draw VWAPs in my goddamn mind. Like I don't even need you know, a VWAP tool. I can just look at a chart and draw VWAPs now. That's how good I'm getting at it, right? So shout out to your boy TraderPrad. Boom, 122 VWAP coming into play. Just packed the bull from the grinder residual. That shit about to give me an early vacation. This guy about to be a star man. This is an angry Buddha about to turn into a star man over there, ladies and gentlemen. He's about to fly off into space. All right, brother. Safe travels. Safe travels. Way too dank. Exactly. So Kava looking to see how this stock sets up on pops. A big sell-off in the after hour. So I'm ideally expecting the stock to find resistance from 120 to 122. Very possibly a high important stock for me tomorrow. Let's go watch Workday. I think Workday had a pretty much an inside day, low volume day, almost a day where I don't give a shit about the stock. Tomorrow also most likely not giving a shit about the stock. So moving on to the next one that's in play. It's Peloton. Peloton actually managed to go above 510, 511 all the way up to 526, but right around that area as the market kept getting pummeled to the downside, Peloton gave up its gains and still ended green on the day, right? Still ended green on the day. Peloton looked pretty strong. I was looking to play short on Peloton, but it looked pretty strong, so I stayed away from the short thesis. Later on, as the market flushed, Peloton flushed too, but Peloton still basically held into Friday's highs. We found a lot of buying once again into Friday's highs above $4.80, and ideally there's no short on Peloton until we get below $4.80. So I just said, you know, don't even bother looking for that short. Stay away from trading it, and I think I made myself a pretty good idea, a pretty good trade there by staying away from Peloton overall today. Tomorrow, let's see what happens if we actually sell into the downside here. We can look to see if Peloton could give us an opportunity. Let me turn on extended trading hours to see if we made a move in the extended hours. No, not really. Didn't really make a move. Alt R Prad, what does that do? Yeah, it just fucks me over. What the fuck are you talking about? It's because I have these indicators that make things messed up. Like for example, if I turn off last year's low, last year's high, then it would potentially not do that. Like for example, last year's high is all the way at $17 where the stock is trading at $4.90. Technically, I don't need last year's high right now, right? But you can see how last year's low is kind of where the stock is at. So that's why I don't trade the thing at all. But these lines are actually not on 1 hour, 1 hour or above 14 minutes. So if you go to 15 minute, oh, it is now, but it's usually not on the 15-minute time frame, and you won't see it that zoomed in. So usually on the 5-minute time frame, I kind of have to play the games. It's all good. I'm okay with it. I'm all good with it. I don't care. So Peloton, possibly something to keep an eye on if everything sets up. AAP 48. If 48 actually breaks, I honestly think the stock could have some sell-off, but the 30-day average is pretty low. This is the monthly chart here. There could be a long, there could be a short. Okay, so your level is basically 47.70 to 48. There could be a long, there could be a short. There's going to be very little volume on this position. If you are long 48, you got to be ready to give it that 30-cent risk to the downside, in my opinion. Not really too keen on making a trade. Even if I am, I'm waiting for that 47.70 to 48 come into play. That's the only point I'm making a decision. So not really something to keep an eye on, but I'll just put it as a marker in blue, just for something as a carry-on trade to something to keep an eye on. Peloton also, I'll mark it blue, something as a carry-on trade, something to keep an eye on for the next few days. Snowflake actually rallied pretty hard today into $120. Shout out to Snowflake. But it stalled off into 120 pretty hard. You can see how today's high was exactly 120.03, stalled off into 120, and then later on in the day sold off and then bounced off of yesterday's high, giving you a pretty clean opportunity there. I was pretty upset that I wasn't looking at Snowflake at this point, because that was a pretty easy long. Look how it sold off below yesterday's high, but that candle closed above yesterday's high. These are 5-minute candles, right? The candle closed above yesterday's high. Same for the next very same 5-minute candle. We actually pushed back lower. We are not able to make that lower low, and more volume comes in. Not necessarily more volume, but more buying comes in at higher prices, which is showing you that people are being aggressive so hard enough to the point where the stock actually took out the previous candle's high twice. 2 previous candles high. So that's a pretty bullish candle. The previous candle's pretty bullish already. I think that one's called like a hammer or something, right? So the hammer or whatever candle that one's called, it's already pretty bullish. The next candle's pretty bullish. The next one looks kind of bearish, right? So we got some opportunity. People try to fight for the long, but the sellers try to stuff it down. They weren't able to stuff it down below the 2 candles over here. I think if a new low came in, that kind of negates the long completely, but they were able to fight for it. The buyers came in, they fought for it. The candle closed above yesterday's high. This little pattern right here would have given me an opportunity to look for a long. So break of that candle high right there, possibly get long at 117.50. You're risking about 50 cents to the downside, and you get almost $1.50, $2.50 on the trade. Not really $2.50. I think you get about $1.50, a dollar per share for risking about 50 cents per share. So that's a 2:1 risk to reward. So taking that quick little scalp over there would have been easy money, lunch money going into the close on Snowflake. So shout out to anyone who actually caught a trade like that. I like to look for these trades around yesterday's high, yesterday's lows. You could have also pulled that off around here. You can see how the stock continuously starts holding above last year's low, but below 120. If you were really bullish after watching Snowflake's opening move, after watching how Snowflake traded for the rest of the day, and you wanted to get long, you could have technically scalped this area for the long side and for the short side, and eventually taken a hit on the on the long side, but still come out profitable between that range of last year's low and 120. You got a beautiful dollar per share range, and your risk is not that much lower from there, right? Not that much lower based on your entry. So opportunity setting up around these key technical levels. That's why I like to take a look at these levels alwaysly, and they are charted on my charts. However, if you zoom out on the daily chart on Snowflake, not really anything clean. We're kind of in the middle of the most recent highs and kind of in the middle of the most recent lows. So way too much noise for Snowflake at the moment. In my opinion, we kind of need to get below 113 for us to really talk about 108, and we need to get above 120 for us to really talk about 125 or 135. The stock does have an ATR of $5, so if we do get above 120 cleanly, I think expecting 125 is not a bad idea. So putting 120 as my first resistance and then 125 as my next resistance. There could be a long through 120. You can see how hard of a barrier today 120 was, and that could give you a blast off into 120 through 125, which was the most recent breakdown high, which was the earnings day high. Earnings day high actually was around $124. It was 123.89. So maybe 124, 125 comes into play. A full ATR move coming into $5.80. Setting an alert around 120 might not be a bad idea on the stock. So look to do that right now. Bang. Our alert is set up on Snowflake. If we push into 120, we'll keep an eye on it. Zoom actually managed to get above 71.50 today and found some back and forth action around 71.50. Zoom, had okay earnings report, decent earnings report. They're growing. They are bringing in money. Their PE is fairly low. That means the company is fairly cheap, or at least was. They have gained a lot of market share recently by this move over here, or should I say market cap recently by making this move. That could have brought down their PE a little bit, or sorry, brought up their PE a little bit. So let's go take a look at Zoom. Why did I type in PFE? So yeah, their PE did go up slightly. Now they're sitting at a 25 PE, forward PE of 15. Still okay, not expensive, not cheap, but this is also taking the stock into a multiple resistance zones where the stock has previously found walls into. So continuing to watch Zoom, no bias, no short bias, no long bias. If we find opportunity, we find a trading setup, I'll look for it. While I will very soonly get short biased if the stock is showing me a change in characteristics. For now, you can see how the characteristics are just up, 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 right? Once we see the change in the characteristics, once we start seeing the previous day's lows kind of cracking, then we can get ready to really start shorting a bad boy over here on Zoom. Is this guy on YouTube? No, fuck YouTube. Stonks.com is the only thing that matters, baby. But yes, sadly, I am on YouTube as well. But very soon, I'll be moving away from YouTube. I'll be moving away from YouTube. Keto Joe. Keto Joe. I like it. So Zoom, watching how Zoom sets up for the next few days. Once it starts showing me the change in characteristics, that's going to be the trigger pull opportunity. Target pulled it back a little bit more. No, actually had a pretty decent day. But once Target shows me some selling under that 156, I really want to look for that short on Target. You can see how Target got absolutely rejected today off of that 162 area. Big reject on Target. Toll, no trade. Lowe's, no trade. I'm actually going to delete both of these from my watch list. These boomer ass names. Oh, I deleted Target. Shit. Delete Toll Brothers. Delete Lowe's. And we'll see where Pan W is. Honestly, nice to have a platform that isn't FOMO gamma bullshit that YouTube algo pushes. Yes, 100% agree. YouTube algo generally doesn't push, you know, FOMO gamma bullshit, but YouTube, because YouTube has gone through that phase of AMC GME, so YouTube does mute down a lot of the financial streamers. But I've also worked at a financial streaming company where they were the biggest financial streaming company. They were bringing in the fastest growth for financial streaming that any company has brought in on YouTube in the most near term. Their growth, however, were dying down pretty hardly. That's because they treated their own staff horribly, and you know, that their secrets came out, that company would absolutely be burned to the ground. But overall, you know, they were growing fast. They were growing fairly quick, and they still are growing really quick, right? They still are growing really quick. So it's not like the algo mutes it down completely. But ever since GME and AMC, YouTube has clearly brought down the fame or the spotlight on the financial channel. Hard for a small channel to grow. If you're a big channel, you've already been on the algo, you kind of made it through and you got lucky. But if you're not a big channel such as myself, you know, I barely have 1,000 subscribers. I barely have 60 followers on stonks.com. So since I'm not a big enough of a streamer out there, or a content creator, I guess, it's not really as easy on YouTube as it should be on stonks.com. Stonks.com is way more specific, catered for exactly what we're looking to do. We're not here to play video games. Well, we are, and the game is the stock market, right? We're here to play one game and one game only. So the stock market game, and everyone streaming here is here to make financial streaming. Anyone who advertises here will stream for financial advertisements. You should basically not see garbage advertisements like, oh, two naked girls around the corner. If you want to see Ukrainian women and Russian women right around the corner, click here. You should see more ads like, Quest Trade if you're in Canada, or Webull if you're in America, or what do you call them? Other brokers, interactive brokers, Webull, whatever. So you should see more of those advertisements on stonks.com than half of the other garbage that you see possibly on YouTube, right? So it'll be completely catered. You'll be on this website for one reason, and you will be taking advantage of that one reason. Eventually this website is going to have opportunities where you will see my watch list right below somewhere over here. Right now you can see my stream. Look at that. Even stonks.com has way more viewers right now watching me than youtube.com, and we have just started streaming on stonks.com. My recognition on this website has already been 10 times higher than YouTube has ever brought in for me, right? YouTube is just not worth it anymore unless you're trying to post like offline clips or something. However, what I'm trying to get to is eventually stonks.com we'll be having like a watch list down here that you can see our watch list. If you're day traders, you could see a bunch of other added tools that will help the content creators such as myself and the viewers such as yourself. YouTube is not receiving all that shit talking on YouTube. Just got me banned on YouTube. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Yeah, I just need to stop streaming on YouTube at this point. YouTube is a piece of shit. Real trading, grinding, in the shit, in the cost of learning. This game is from your losses, hopefully. Yes, exactly, it's very catered to exactly what we want to do. That's why I love this website. It's a beautiful website, stonks.com. Very, very soon I'm gonna move over completely to stonks.com and only post offline clips on YouTube. Offline clips, such as my trade reviews or any of the videos that we watch on stream. I'll clip them and I'll put it over there. They throttled my ass for sure. Now it says excellent. Now it says excellent, and now it says 6 viewers. Were you guys having issues on YouTube over there, chat? Were you guys having issues on YouTube over there? All right. We're back talking about Pan W. So Pan W, not a day 2, day 3 opportunity. They obviously reported earnings, broke out, but now they're looking fairly weak. Looks like Pan W getting ready to reverse some of that momentum back down over here. If we do get back below 346, 345, I think Pan W could easily move down into the swing scale. We'll see what happens. Not really, no issues on YouTube. Okay, that's good. For some reason it said I was having a streaming issue on YouTube over at OBS over here. Maybe OBS was just bugging out. Okay. Pan W, not sure if I really want to take this sort of a setup on Pan W because easily the stock can find a lot of buying. But if we do take out that big volume candle low, I could expect some stops getting triggered, some longs getting stopped out, and us to make a slow trickle move back down to test the next volume node, test the most volume area that the stock has bought, where the big buyers have come into, and that would be in this zone over here. So I could expect that nice slow trickle down if we do break below that 345 area cleanly, but not something that I'm actually looking to trade. How are you multi-streaming on OBS? Because I'm not a robot. OBS has awesome integrations and it's open source, so people help people out. They make awesome tools and integrations on OBS directly. So I use Restream or or even, is this one called Restream? This plugin is provided for free. This one, oh, Restream obviously is for these two, but you don't even need these two. You don't even need these two. I could just set up all of them in here. Obviously, Restream only does two, which is Twitch and X.com. And then stonks.com I do automatically within here, and I can add a new target. I can just add a new target, start up a new stream right now if I wanted to directly within here, and I don't even need Restream. But Restream just kind of takes over these two because I didn't want to make two separate links and two separate things. But yeah, I mean, look, they have amazing plugins on OBS. You should know that. OBS has amazing plugins, amazing help. I mean, OBS is amazing. So obviously Streamlabs is probably the go-to, but I'm also thrifty and I'm very cheap and I'm Indian. If I can figure out something to not pay and do it for free, I'll learn how to do it. All that means I have to watch a couple YouTube videos or something to make that happen, right? Here is the one that I kind of want to use more, OBS plugins. If you go to OBS plugins, you can see this multi-streamer looks a little bit cooler. This looks like you can directly plug in your stream. Oh, you still have to use your stream key. Okay. Still have to use your stream key. But you can put in virtual canvases, main canvases. I could stream straight to YouTube vertical, TikTok vertical, Instagram vertical, and straight into Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Stonks, everything that I want to directly from this plugin. So I might want to try using this plugin over here from OBS. We might give creators free access to Streamlabs soon. Oh, shit. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, I mean, if you guys are looking to do that, then I can use cross clip, which is a pretty good feature you guys have on Streamlabs over there. Why am I saying you guys? You are not part of Streamlabs. You're part of stonks.com. However, I do wonder if you were part of Streamlabs. Were you part of Streamlabs, Oliver, or did they pick you from like from something else? We are building our own restreaming service at the moment. Will be free. Ooh, kind of like StreamYard, like a StreamYard or Restream or whatever. Awesome. Own restreaming service. That's awesome. Can you guys add like TTS, text to speech alerts? Text to speech alerts. Click on chat alerts. Like how people have the, like YouTube chat or whatever alerts come in. Does Restream have that? Like, for example, X Gang Kava. Oh, who's this? Ichigo Ichi X Gang Kava. Interesting if you haven't talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it. Looking for that eventual top action coming in. But, you know, on StreamYard, if you... Ooh, I don't mean to do that. On StreamYard, if you actually click on one of these comments, it actually shows up on stream. But I don't know how to do that on OBS. I want to connect something like that on OBS. That would be pretty cool. Alright, next stop, let's go to Palantir. Palantir obviously selling down pretty hard today, taking out that 3160 low. Now we basically have that range between 3160 to 3180, which should be resistance as long as Palantir plays resistance in that pocket of area. I am continuing to look short for a move down to $30. So Palantir finally resolving lower. It did look bullish for a little bit, but finally resolving lower. One stock that resolved higher, which wasn't technically in play all day until somehow later on in the day, a surge of volume came in. This is Upstart. So Upstart was just kind of playing within yesterday's range. It was under yesterday's high. We were under last week's high. We were just playing around this area. Eventually some volume coming in, breaking it up to the higher side. If by any chance tomorrow there is a rise in volume on this position, we get a big R-vol spike and the stock actually starts to hold the dips into $41. I'm interested to look for the long. As long as we stay above $41 on UPST, I think you can look for a potential opportunity there. So maybe have this one on watch without a doubt. They picked me off a dumpster. We will integrate with Streamlabs alerts at some points, few months down the line. Okay, I like that. I like that. What is in the works to make people have more of a virtual identity on the site? Would be cool to have something like financial Twitter, where people can post callouts, etc., that are tracked and share their profile history. I think they already talked about that a little bit, right? Your portfolio connection is in the works. They're gonna be able to connect your portfolio directly to your account, and you'll be able to see what stocks are in a person's portfolio, how much they're up or lower. Sadly, that's not useful for me because I'm a day trader. I don't really hold stocks overnight, and also I can't connect my portfolio to you guys or any guys because it's a proprietary company. It's a proprietary software, so they won't allow you to connect it to anything. So that's a GG on that side for me. But that's a pretty good idea for someone who's like trading with their own account and they're streaming and they want to show their portfolio. They want to show, for example, Matt Shows. I don't know how to say his last name, but you know, I think he trades on his own account and he has his own portfolio. He has a good chunk of his portfolio in the long term, a good chunk of his portfolio in the small term. So being able to show that will be pretty cool for him, obviously. Okay, Upstart. Quick little talk about Upstart. DJT. No, yeah, nothing on DJT. Volume dying down, nothing on DJT for me. ASTS, we talked about this real quick. We talked about my trade on ASTS today. This stock clearly very, very bullish on the way it closed. It could easily go back up to the north side. So no bias on ASTS right now. Kind of lets us kind of just gonna let it do whatever it wants, and no bias on it. We're gonna continue tracking this stock for the couple days. Riley looked like it didn't really do anything, but GDC did go higher. GDC went back up by 5% today on low volume, so kind of getting ready to maybe trap some longs. As long as GDC is above $5, there could be some squeezed long coming in, but if GDC does not stay above $5, that kind of is the end all be all for this position. I guess you can already say the end all be all has been started by this big down candle on the stock around $12 where the rejections have started. But if we keep staying above 5, some traps could be sprung on this position and people might just slam the exit on the stock. So kind of under 450 until 450 to 5 o'clock holds. 5 o'clock until $4.50 to $5 holds on GDC. I'm not really ready to kind of push into the short just yet, but in the second we get under 460, 450 over here on GDC, I think the stock returns to pennies. So looking for a short there for a swing trade, for a day trade would not be a bad idea at all. FFIE had pretty decent move today too, if I remember correctly. It was originally holding under yesterday's low, but eventually managed to climb back above yesterday's low around $6.66 and actually climb back higher. So here's a chart. Here's a chart. It tried off the open, failed, moved back lower, and then later on in the day it actually went higher, but it did all of this on very light volume, not as much volume as the stock has been previously bringing in. But that up move alone is trapping of shorts. So let's see if more shorts are getting trapped and we get that boost back to the upside on stocks such as FFIE. Small cap stocks have been absolutely sizzling hot, super bonfire hot. Mira broke out to the upside and then got slammed back down. Obviously more watching stocks like Mira and all small caps. PWM, a big volume spike on PWM and big pullback on PWM2. LUMN, another name over there, and the small cap name here is LUMN. LUMN actually made a little bit of a move in the after hours. Another one, RDFN. Here's a big one. RDFN getting ready to burn some stops. Get ready to put some pain into people's portfolios if you are short, and if you are long, get ready to pay some people until the rugs get pulled. So this one's 117 mil float with almost 20% short float. It's sitting at 16.8% short float. And RDFN, where is my charts? Getting a little bit of a bump into Friday's high and actually closing slightly above Friday's high or around Friday's high. Looks like getting ready for round 3, because Friday round 1, I guess not even. These are round 1s all the way back over here, and now we're getting kind of round 2s and round 3s coming into play on RDFN. Quickly going to cycle through some other stocks such as SE. Wow, okay. NU made a little bit of a move up past 460. Shout out to NU. Starbucks, even though the market was red, Starbucks actually bounced up to 96 and held on the green side. So shout out to Starbucks. Starbucks possibly getting ready for the breakout past 96. So keep an eye on this stock. Actually throw an alert onto Starbucks over here once again. I think we had an alert previously on Starbucks that we removed, but now we're gonna have to bring back that alert on Starbucks just in case it does break out to the upside. And you know, we don't want to miss out that opportunity, so keep an eye on that one. MSTR, still looking to see how pullbacks on MSTR into 142 behave. Right now, Bitcoin not really doing a whole lot today, so MSTR kind of just continuing to watch for the next few days. If we do pull back into 142 and find some buying into 142, possible dip buy opportunities there on that position. Market clearly got sold off pretty hard. QQQ, IWM, S&P 500, all of them taking a slight hit to the downside. IWM actually positive, but the S&P 500 red, QQQ red today. Waiting to see if we got a little bit more weakness on the market or not. Technically, the tech sector has been weak, right? The tech sector has been pretty weak today. Now the SPY needs to catch up and the IWM kind of needs to catch up to the downside, or vice versa. These two markets being strong actually pulls up the tech sector. So watching how stocks like Apple, which are actually green, wow, Apple actually closed green on the day. Okay, here's Microsoft looking weak. Tesla looked weak. Did Tesla close positive? No, Tesla still closed red. Nvidia looked weak today. Nvidia closed negative. Meta obviously closed negative. Google was flat, and Google still flat / positive along with Apple. Shout out to both of them. Amazon was negative, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Amazon was negative. So a little bit of a mixed basket over here on some of the Magnificent 7. Apple clearly looking, you know, nice and strong. Started off the day pretty red on Apple, but Apple recovering and ending flat / even green is almost you know, surprising over here. I'm surprised that it actually managed to climb back up going into the close, looks like. But market still red. Market managed to stay above Friday's low, but if we give up Friday's low, I think that is going to be some doomsday across the board on the QQQ, on the S&P 500. We are still not yet at the August lows anchored VWAP. That's around 3.4% to the downside from today's close on the QQQ, and still about 4% to the downside from today's close on the S&P 500. So still some distance left before the market tests the August Great Depression lows. So waiting to see if we go test those anchored VWAPs from those lows, and then what type of opportunity set up on the market from there. Obviously, if the market pulls back that deep, that means stocks like Amazon, Google, Apple most likely crumble. So watching all of these stocks on the hourly chart, looking to see if their hourly supports break down. So we got a pretty decent hourly support here, for example, on Amazon. If Amazon gets below 174 and actually has selling under 174, I'm looking to get short on this bad boy and see what happens. Oliver will shoot you the beat, but I think you can ask the boss to unlock some funds for the intro beat. At TraderPrad and Angry Buddha agreed with that. Hey man, I can't speak for the boss, but you know, it's It's something that you gotta negotiate. It's something you gotta negotiate. I can't speak. Well, would be nice though. Would be nice if you get some money for it. Would be nice if you get some money for it, right? I always got your back, Diner, but it's something that you gotta negotiate for your talent and your skills over there on the music side, brother. On the music side. Okay. Amazon, as I was saying, if Amazon actually finds under 174, Amazon could get slammed to the downside. So watch out how Amazon behaves. But with overall Baba and Pinduo Duo weakness, Amazon could actually potentially come out on top. I don't know. So watching how this one behaves over here. Google was not really anything. But Google also has way too much of a choppy area for a day trader. So I'm not really interested to look to trade Google. Let's go to Microsoft on the hourly chart here. Too choppy, not interested. Let's go to Apple. Too choppy, not interested. Apple looks pretty bullish if you ask me, man. Apple looks like it wants to take out that 228 to the upside. So, I mean, watch out. Apple looks strong. Apple looks strong like bull. Strong like bull Apple. Okay. Meta looks like it wants to get below 520 and stay below 520. Right now, we do have this 523 high from hourly chart today. If you zoom into the hourly chart from today, you can see this little high around 522.50 to 523. Technically, not expecting to Meta get above this area. If Meta finds buying above 523, don't look short at all. But if Meta doesn't find buying above 523, then I think you can look short for a possible move back down into 518 or even a bigger move down 518 if the market is really weak. So 523 is kind of that pivotal point for you on Meta. If it's holding above 523, there is no short. If it's holding below 523, there could be a short, but it's not 100% guaranteed. It'll only be guaranteed if we actually get below 518 and stay below 518, because then I think 515 and below 515 is much below 515 is an easier move over there. He's worth it. Solid guy. I agree with that answer for sure. He made a whole copyrighted playlist, something you can supply with other creators if Diner is down. That is true. However, he goes around and he copyrights the music himself every damn time. I get emails from YouTube saying, this song is created by Diner Productions. No longer you'll be able to use this music. And then I have to go in there and delete the song from the playlist. It's not his fault. It is YouTube's fault. It's because Diner's too famous these days. Diner's too famous, and somehow YouTube recognizes his playlist that he gave to me, which is non-copyright and so on. This is this playlist right now that you guys are hearing in the back every single day, mainly because Control Z doesn't work. That's awesome. Mainly because YouTube doesn't like me playing any music at all. YouTube is such a pain in the derriere, man. Pain in the derriere. So thank you to Diner for making these beats for us, or providing his beats to us. We appreciate Diner very much. All right, Nvidia. I still think Nvidia needs to get below 123.50 for me to really think short. So I'm just gonna continue watching how Nvidia behaves at the moment. Tesla. I mean, do I even need to say it? It needs to get below 211. It needs to get below 211 for me to think short. Get below 211, and then we have a party to the downside on Tesla. A huge party to the downside on Tesla. Netflix, something that we haven't seen in a while. Bitcoin making a pop over here right now as we're talking about it. Netflix holding slightly below 691, 690. That's surprising. Okay, slightly holding below that, but Bitcoin making a little bit of a run here in the after hours. Looks like making a reversal back upside. Nice little candle on the hourly chart. The fact that this hourly candle is actually taking out the previously hourly candle, and we still have 37 minutes on this candle left, that's pretty bullish. So very much looking like Bitcoin wants to go back into 63,058 or even back into 64k. That's obviously bullish for stocks like MicroStrategy, MSTR, Coinbase, Amara, and so on. So watching how these stocks set up for tomorrow without a doubt. I want the refund. Sorry, no refund, you break, you buy. No refund, you break, you buy. Fuck, man. I want refund. God damn it. What the hell? First, you let me win 3 times in a row, and now you don't even let me win once. Murthy coming in with "We love TraderPrad." Thank you, Murthy. I appreciate it. I love you guys too, man. You guys are awesome at stonks.com. You guys are amazing at stonks.com. I wish I could stream all day on stonks.com. But sadly, I do have to go into an office and trade from an office instead. But I don't hate that part either, because, you know, everything that I learned and you know, me getting better as a trader, as a day trader, is actually thanks in part to going into that office, because I get to mooch and learn everything from my managers and my bosses. So that's amazing. But I also want to be on stream and you know, show you guys what I do and kind of help you guys at the same time too. But I guess that's just a journey that will have to be in the future. It's not something that's viable now. Maybe somewhere down the road when Murthy pays for my streamer condo in LA, when he gets me a work visa by signing me to stonks.com esports team. So this is what the game plan is. Okay, check it out. This is what the game plan is. Murthy already had a esports team previously, right? So stonks.com will get big enough, and then eventually we'll make a meme team. Like Stonks, the meme, Stonks, right? We'll make a meme team. We'll sign up to like League of Legends or something. And then somehow the meme team ends up becoming the dream team and we win the championship. Then we take that championship money and then we bring some streamers over to LA, and then we buy them streamer condos, streamer houses, stream content houses. Oh my god, Murthy, do I have an idea for you? Okay. A streaming, trading, content house for stonks.com. Okay? A streaming, trading, content house for stonks.com in LA. You bring the most entertaining content creators. You throw them in the streaming mansion. You put cameras all around the house and their trading setups. Everyone has amazing gaming setups to trade off of. We stream. Everyone has their own channel on stonks.com, and we stream their day trading, kind of like a prop office, right? We open up a prop floor, and every day trader streams their own day trading setup. The investors do their investors thing. The other guys do their other fucking thing, whatever they do. And then after 4 o'clock, the gamers just stream games, and all the gamers who are in the house can game together. Then you can also create extra content like what's in the box with Stonks content creators, and we create a whole YouTube channel out of it, and then stonks.com blows the fuck up into space, absolutely launches off into the stratosphere by having the Stonks mansion, Stonks team house, Stonks content creator house, and we just pump out content out of the wazoo, baby. Content just flowing. And stonks.com easily takes over Twitch in a heartbeat that way. Easily takes over heartbeat. Come on, man. Come on. These ideas don't just come out of nowhere, okay? They come from the supreme flowers in the world. Alright, it's a good pitch, not gonna lie. Hey, man, I'm telling you. Don't tell the accounting, though. Yeah, don't tell Stonky Ali. Keep Ali in the wraps. Keep Ali in the wraps. Don't tell him that a streamer mansion is in the works. Yo, streamer mansion would be amazing, okay? A streamer mansion. We got a prop office. We get a proper prop floor setup, kind of like SMB Capital. We get people like Angry Buddha who are good at trading, who are good at teaching. People like myself who are okay at trading and also good at teaching. And then we cultivate a good trading house. Not a house that's like just, you know, YOLOing into random names or whatever. A good trading house, a good trading community, a good chat room, all kinds of fun stuff, ladies and gentlemen, all kinds of fun stuff. All right, good idea though, good idea for the future. But ladies and gentlemen, that's basically all she wrote for on my stream here. We talked about most of the stocks that we are interested to trade tomorrow. Let me bring in that screen again. Pinduoduo, Kava, Snowflake, Palantir, Upstart, ASTS, GDC, some of the other small cap names here such as RDFN, LUMN. So any of the movers that move tomorrow, obviously very interested to see how they set up. We also got some of the large cap names on watch here such as Amazon, Meta, Nvidia, Tesla. We'll obviously keep siphoning through Apple, Google, Microsoft, Meta, and everything, the Magnificent Seven. But the ones that are highlighted are kind of the ones that are at levels or kind of need to keep an eye on to see how they set up, because I don't really have a bias on them yet. So for sure, watching these names without a doubt. Big watch list here. Make sure to tune into the morning stream to the no voice, to the no sound, no voice stream, where we usually listen to music and you can see me charting. You can see me charting throughout the day, and if you have any questions about any stocks, you can ask me and I'll pull up that stock and I'll chart it for you gladly. So make sure you tune in to the morning stream, and that's only on stonks.com. That's only on stonks.com. That one is the charting stream every single morning from work. All right. Diter lost 47 channel points. Get wrecked, Diter. Get absolutely wrecked. Wrecked! Riggedy wrecked. TH, damn right it did. I'm guessing TH is saying that about Starbucks. Damn right it did. Yeah, shout out to Starbucks, man. Ah, god damn it. Shout out to Starbucks. Fired the brown guy, hired the white guy. And, you know, off to the moon the stock goes. Off to the moon the stock goes. Shout out to Starbucks. Honestly, Boeing should have hired Starbucks, or not Starbucks, Chipotle CEO. Boeing should have hired Chipotle CEO, and their stock would have gone up a ridiculous amount at this point. So we'll see what happens. He was a fake brown guy, says Murthy. That's hilarious. He's not a real brown guy, because real brown CEOs don't get fired. Real brown CEOs only succeed. It's the British CEO, says Murthy. Yeah, the British CEO is a fake CEO then. Yeah, he's not a real hard-working CEO like me, like my hard-working Indian ass. You know, I'm not lazy at all. Anyways, brown means little village from India. Really? Brown means little village from India? Are any CEOs from a little village from India? Is any big CEO from a little village from India? I don't know about that. They all gotta be smart. And I guess they were at one point maybe from a village. Sundar Google Pichai was from a village? Okay. I'll believe it. I don't know that, but I'll believe it. Let's actually go see from what village he was from. Where was he born? I want to say he's from where I am. Not really. Okay. He is from a neighboring state from where I am. I'm from Hyderabad. Or should I say Hyderabad in the right way, in the Indian proper accent. I'm from Hyderabad, and this is a neighboring town. Maduri. Tamil Nadu is a neighboring state. I don't know where Maduri is, to be honest. I'm not really good at geography that well. That's actually kind of far from where I am. If that's where it is, I'm actually somewhere here. I think now it's called Telangana. So I'm somewhere here on the Indian map now, or maybe even a little bit up north somewhere here. Maybe I might even be somewhere up here instead of down here. But that's where I was born in India. So quite a bit of a ways from where I am, but apparently a very small village for for him, shout out to him. I was born in a pretty small village too, and eventually I'll be a CEO, and a good one, not like this loser British-born CEO who's not a hardworking. I'll stop trolling him. So obviously the question is, what does Starbucks do above 96? Does it break out of 96 or not? This is a level that's been very important. I have an alert set at 95.80. So if we do push into 95.80, 95.89 is where my alert is. I'm looking to see if Starbucks breaks out. You speak Gujarati. I don't speak Gujarati at all. I think I have my family friends or my brother's friends who actually speak Gujarati, or maybe I want to say they're Gujarati. Or maybe it's whatever they speak in Mumbai. I don't know what they speak in Mumbai. My gramps was Gujarati. Ooh, okay. I speak Telugu. Stonk CEO, you guys too? I guess I thought you were from Pakistan, Murthy. I thought you're from Pakistan. But your name Murthy is also very Indian. Your name Murthy is so Indian, but then your first name is completely different, right? Like if every time I read your name Murthy, I just read like an Indian name right off the bat. So it just clicks into my head like Murthy, and Murthy also means a statue. Because they say Bhagwan ki Murti or Bhagwan ka Murti. Murti is basically a statue. So Murti is always hits me as an American name. Oh, sorry, and as an Indian name. So I always get confused. When you said Pakistani, I was like, wonder why he uses Murti. But then I did see your real name on Twitter. So I figured that's a short form of that. Kind of like mine, because my real name is Pradamesh, or should I say Pradamesh, right? It's a pretty long name. White people struggle with saying my name 100% of the time. Anytime I say Pradamesh, they're like, oh my god, I can't speak on this name at all. Can you give me a better translation, or can you give me a shorter form? So eventually it kind of just became PRAD. And it got stuck with PRAD, so TraderPrad became it. Bro, you're number one on stonks. That's keto. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, but honestly, those numbers don't mean anything. Look, we're just here to provide one service, and the service is talking about day trading opportunities for the next day, for the current week, or even the next week. And hopefully I'm doing that in a right way, in a way where it provides justice to everybody, and people are able to learn something new, and people are able to find some trading opportunities, put some money in their pocket. That's the only thing I care about. And if people are watching, I love it. More the merrier. More the merrier. Karachi is in Pakistan, in the south. Big city like Mumbai. I know there's a Hyderabad in Pakistan too. There's a Hyderabad in where I am. Obviously, that's where Charminar is. This is where I was born, Hyderabad. Now it's absorbed by Telangana. Previously, it was named Andhra Pradesh. It was part of Andhra Pradesh, but it got acquired by Telangana, or acquired, kind of like bought, mergers and acquisition. No, they divided themselves and they split into two different provinces. But there is also Hyderabad in Pakistan, which I've heard. Pakistan. So where is that? Oh, that's almost all the way straight to the left. So that's somewhere where I am, and that's almost straight to the left over there. Hyderabad. Okay, that's the Pakistani Hyderabad. You said Karachi. Where is Karachi? Let's take a look at Karachi. Yo, Karachi bakeries. There's a bakeries called Karachi Bakeries. I'm not sure if you know what that brand is, but Karachi Bakeries, oh my god, they make some of the best biscuits ever. These biscuits just are amazing to eat with like maybe tea or coffee. Obviously, I don't really drink tea or coffee, but these are amazing. They sell from, I think they're established in Hyderabad. Yeah, they're established in my hometown, but they use a Karachi name, I guess, because maybe it was from there. It's right next to Karachi. Oh, where is it? Hot chat, is that it? Funny, we have a Hyderabad bakery. That's hilarious. No way. That's hilarious. Karachi on the map. Ah, okay. Okay. I see it. Gotcha. Yeah, man, I'm so bad with geography, chat. Horrible with geography. I didn't know where Vancouver was until like 3 years ago. And I've lived in Canada for so long now. I'm horrible with geography. Alright. 22 million people in a congested city. I think my city is equally same. Okay, maybe not. 8.7 million compared to 22 million. So this is 8.7 million. About 18,000 people per square feet. Jesus Christ, man. That's wild. That is wild. You kind of don't even fathom that number. You kind of don't even fathom that number. Like, that's crazy. 27 million people. Holy fuck. That's 2017. Third largest city in the world. Istanbul taking fourth with 14 million or almost 15 million. Beijing and Shanghai taking first and second. I mean, how? Isn't this taking second at this point? We're seeing such different numbers. Metro population, what does that even mean? Metropolitan population compared to actual population? What am I seeing here? That's pretty insane, brother. That's insane. That's nuts. Alright. Time for some chess and call it a night because it's about to be 10 o'clock, chat. It's about to be 10 o'clock. Let's play a quick game of chess. And I need to quickly do these guys quick. Let's see what I need to do here. Nah, fuck it. Okay. Great show, Prad, but it's bedtime. See you tomorrow. Thank you, John. Have a good night, sir. See you next time for sure. Have a good night. I take. He takes. I take. He takes. Not worth it. Okay. Game time. Play. Play online. Move camera over. Boom. Murthy says gotta run. Murthy, see you next time, sir. Have a good night. Or I don't know what time is it for you over there in California. But yes, I will see you next time. Possibly on your own stream tomorrow at 3:30. Have a good night. Or whatever time it is for you. Whatever time it is. It's almost 10 o'clock over here for us in Canada. In Toronto. In the lovely Canada, Ontario. Come on, Shark Boy. The fuck is this guy doing? Prad does price action, not simple math. Fuck you, bud. Minus 3 hours West Coast. So it's 6:42 p.m. That's not bad. Fuck, maybe I should move. But then again, if I want to trade pre-market, I have to wake up at like fucking 3 a.m., bro. Fuck that. That's why I want to move to Japan or some shit, you know? I want to move to Japan, brother. Japan. Okay, do we go this side or this side, chat? What's the point? Okay, let's go this side. Idiot thing that. Bombo Claras Clapman, idiot. Idiot man, no understand what me do. Can't go there. What this man want, brother? This man want blood. Blood clot. Prad, what indicators do you use, bro? Mainly... Give me a second here. What the fuck is going on? What does this guy want from me? Okay, let's do that. Okay, this guy's an idiot. Okay, let's do... this. Yeah, thank you, Diner. Thank you, Diner. Yeah, that's exactly it. 9 EMA, 21 EMA, volume, VWAP, anchor VWAP, tick volt ADD. Diner hit that on the fucking nail. Diner, this guy has my system down pat. What the fuck, Diner? Yeah, so those are basically all my indicators. I have been experimenting with some new indicators over here. These on the larger time frame. So because obviously I draw my own indicators, my own support and resistance lines. But I've noticed like this concept known as field value gap from ICT, along with a couple other concepts such as simple break a structure, characteristics changing, simple trend line breaks, for example these trend line breaks over here. So simple characteristics being included into the chart. So I've added a couple more things over here that I have been seeing kind of come into play and help me find support zones a little bit better. But these I only use on the smaller time frame. However, they do give you trades on the higher time frame. However, they do give you trades sometimes on the smaller time frames, but I try not to rely on these to make a decision. For example, you can see that field value gap shows you a spot to get short on Pinduoduo, but you know, if you see this double bottom, getting short here is ridiculous, so you would stay away from that short. So obviously it identifies potential resistances and potential supports for you, but I don't really try to use this on the smaller time frame. I use it on the 15, on the 60, on the 30, on the daily. So this is something I'm kind of getting new to. You can see how on the daily it shows you that Pinduoduo has a little bit of a support zone around 98 to 100, and then below 98 around $90 to 93. So waiting to see if these zones kind of get tested in the next few days. but it's just something I'm experimenting with. Besides that, what Dieter said for my indicators, 100% right. The 100 EMA, sorry, the 100 SMA, the 200 SMA, the 9 EMA, the 21 EMA, anchored VWAPs. So that's going to be today's anchored VWAP, yesterday's anchored VWAP, and the day before that's anchored VWAP. So basically 3 days worth of anchored VWAP. But that's only important if a stock had like a day one move. If the stock didn't have a day one move, like for example, earnings reaction or a big breakdown kind of starting a reversal of trend. So unless the stock had like a day one move with day one type of volume, there's really no point in looking at that anchored VWAP in my opinion, unless you're trading like Nvidia or Amazon or something. So gotta keep an eye, keep mindful of when to use what indicator. But the overall, you know, yesterday's high, yesterday's low, last week's high, last week's low, last month's high, last month's low, last year's high, last year's low. Those technical levels are also very, very important for me. I trade demand and supply. Those are a lot of lines. I mean, hey, everyone has their own style of trading. There's no one right way of making money in the market, and that's what's the beauty of it. For example, like, look, your lines might have given you the very same short that I had today. Where did my charts go? Did I close my charts? There we go. Right, so you might have lines or you might not have lines, but if you're trading demand and supply, you're reading the tape around the same areas. You might not have a line, but you're still reading the tape of the demand and the supply the same way I am. I'm just choosing to do it at a very significant price. I'm not choosing to read the tape in the middle of the ranges. I just think it's a waste of my time. It's not worth of my time to read every single penny. So I'm going to read around the main zones, right off the open into 3180 to 3160. I read the tape. I read the demand and supply zone like you did too, but I would not have known to read that tape had I not have some of the lines that I mapped up. Once again, everyone's got their own systems to make money. You know, this is how I catch some shorts. This is how I you know, fuck up some shorts because of my own tape read, because of my own chart read. It happens. Whatever happens, happens. Not something that I get upset over. It's just always be improving, always be getting better at trading, always keep improving, looking for different systems that can help improve on your current system. And if it can, great. If it can't, if it does not, cut it out of your system, cut it out. This is real money we're talking about. This is you know, people are making and losing money real. It's you gotta decide, is it time to change what's working or what's not working? If what you're doing is working, then stick to it. But once the market changes and what you're doing isn't working and you're losing a lot of money, you have to make that business decision to either dump what you're doing and start fresh and learn new, go to paper account, size down drastically, right? If you don't have the confidence in bringing in money again, size down drastically, go to the paper account. But if you do know what you're doing, you've been through multiple cycles, you've been through drawdowns, you know what setup works during what cycle, then it's just coming down and honing into, hey, this setup is the one to attack right now. This working in this market. Breakouts were working very well in a market not too long ago, but now breakouts might not work again. So if breakouts are not working, you back off from taking breakouts. You bid into the dips. You offer into the pops. So you join the trend. You don't look for reversals, right? Volatility on the market has died down drastically. VIX, for example, right back to $14, $16. So VIX going back down, volatility evaporating from the market. Here's UVXY, volatility evaporating from the market. So, you know, all that swing setups could be coming back into play. People are holding positions for multiple days now as they don't have that looming fear coming in out of nowhere. So it's no run way to make money in this market, boys. You just got to know what tool to use at what time, right? It's kind of like gardening. If you're trying to pick weeds in the garden, you're not going to go around using you know, a seeder. You're not going to go around putting grass seeds and spreading grass seeds on the grass and then expecting, why aren't the weeds dying? No, you got to use the weed remover. You got to use the right tools for the right job. And you'll only know what are the right tools for the right job if you actually have spent enough screen time on the market. You have enough setups. And you've seen through enough setups. You've seen through enough shit. You've seen through enough market. I clearly don't think I've seen through enough of anything. I still think I'm very much a student. I've been through around 4 years of this shit so far. I've seen one crazy market which allowed me to make a good chunk of money, and then I saw one absolutely sleeping market, and then right now we're seeing an amazing market again. So let's see what type of opportunity set up on this market going into tomorrow. What economic calendar do we really have? I don't think we have a pretty busy economic calendar tomorrow. Here's tomorrow's numbers. So Red Book, housing prices, S&P composite numbers, consumer confidence at 10 o'clock. That's a 3-star event. That could maybe move the market slightly. Keep an eye out for that. We also have the 2-year auction note at 1 o'clock. That could potentially give the market a little spike back and forward. So keeping an eye on these economic calendars for a day trader, without a doubt. Make sure your eyes are stuck to the markets around these key pivotal times around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 1 o'clock tomorrow. Still nothing on the IPO calendar. As the month is coming to an end, we have FOMC. Sorry, not FOMC. We have MSCI at the end of the week over here. On the month end, MSCI is happening. That's going to be a pretty big rebalance. The last MSCI was monstrous. A lot of stocks randomly reversed the whole day. If you guys remember the last MSCI date, which I actually don't remember, but the last MSCI, maybe 3 months ago, to this date, that's the August lows. Anyways, I can't remember what day MSCI was. The market sold off pretty drastically. A lot of stocks were sold off. But going into the close, a lot of these stocks got bought up drastically because Morgan Stanley was repurchasing, was reweighting some of their stocks in their portfolio, and that opens up some big trading opportunities. So obviously watching to see how options expiries come into play, how some of the Magnificent Seven get reweighted by Morgan Stanley, which is obviously the biggest index out there. Look to see how they reweight their portfolios. Do they buy more Nvidia? Do they sell more Nvidia? There's actually a good page that I don't follow. I can't remember his page anymore. But he used to be on the Think with Bookmaps day Discord. He used to be on the Think with Bookmap Discord, and he was a pretty chill dude. He used to post pretty valuable informations on where the volume happened on stocks such as Nvidia, Apple, the dark pool volumes. He kind of didn't really understand what he was posting himself, and then when I told him what he was posting, he was excited for that information. Hopefully he understood that a little bit more. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's basically all she wrote. A good 2 hours stream today. We won our chess game by resignation, whooped his ass, beat that game, back to 562. I need to get it back above 600, but that's basically all she wrote for today. Time to roll in the outro and wish you guys an awesome rest of your night, whatever's left of it. Only 2 hours left of your night. I'm gonna go watch Kill Tony. If you guys don't know what Kill Tony is, that is an awesome stand-up comedy type show. So I'm gonna watch Kill Tony. Most likely gonna watch Kill Tony on stonks.com. So if you want to watch Kill Tony with me, let's watch Kill Tony live. I'm just gonna go see if my brother's still home. I'm gonna go give my dogs a little kisses. I'm gonna wish goodbye on YouTube. So I'm gonna play the outro on YouTube over here, and I am going to say goodbye to my YouTube viewers, TH, Victoria, Momo, Angry Buddha, anybody else who's watching me on YouTube. You guys know what to do. Make a stongs.com account now, because I don't know why TH and Momo have still not used my account to make the stongs.com account. What's wrong with you guys? DJ, Diter's the official Stonks DJ. Play the beat. I can play the beat. I can play the stonks.com beat. I have the, wait, Diter needs to DM me. Oh, he says play the Stonks beat. Okay, so I am getting the go for the beat. Okay, I mean, hey, if I'm getting the go, I'll play it. Diter's saying play it. Play the beat. Play the beat. Diter's saying play the beat. All right, I'm gonna play the beat. You guys hear it? Hold up, this doesn't work. Hold on. No, stop! Let me download it. Okay.
As if you're just joining, welcome to Stonks. This is the new and improved Stonks. Yeah. All right, guys, it's gonna be exciting today. We're gonna do the first $1,000 giveaway on Stonks.
Yeah. Super exciting. Somebody's gonna win money.
All right, I'm gonna leave this beat on as I head out. I wish you guys a big day tomorrow. Good luck. This is the stonks.com outro, intro, whatever they're gonna use for their stream. Shout out to Diter for making this beat and getting his bag. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. See you guys tomorrow. TraderPrad out. Adios.
Make a prediction on to the right price. You win a share of $1,000. And everyone gets one free entry every single day. Get more free entries if you share your link. So there's all sorts of ways you can earn free entries. You're going to win some money. It's like pretty much guaranteed. Like, because you can place a bet.
Come over, make a free account. Super easy. Super easy.
Tomorrow we could do crypto.
That could be interesting. That would be interesting. That could be interesting. That would be interesting. Interesting. Yeah, let's do it.
Spinning wheel.
Sounds fun to me.
Spinning wheel.
Sounds fun to me. Oh, okay. See the winners. We have winners.
We have winners.
Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Let's go. All right, winners are up. Let's see. Noise. Shout out to all the winners. I mean, heck, let's go here. Coming in first place, $125.55. 55 cents. Right here, also coming in second place was coming in third place. Fourth place coming in fifth place with coming in sixth place with seventh place. $10,000 giveaway coming up. Shout out to the numbers that have continued being growing. Like even just in the chat right now, we have 424 people. You'll learn the game over time. You'll learn the game over time though. We'll see everybody tomorrow though. Peace out, chat. Peace out, chat.
All right, peace out, guys. Thank you.